Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 64 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. You can see me here charging up my pants. And from there I'm going to go check on my bees real quick and see how that demonic bee is. I don't even know if it's died off yet. It's literally like haven't even logged in since I recorded yesterday. So he might still be... Oh, he did. Cool. So what do we get here? A bunch of Fiendish, so that's cool. Fiendish Sinister. Nice. Fiendish Sinister, excellent, and Fiendish Sinister, perfect. So let's combine these two and hopefully get more of a Fiendish than the Sinister, because I think that's the higher realm of it. Now I do have to get these guys into the Nether, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll be back. Alright, while I'm here, I might as well flip the lever and start producing some obsidian, hooray, and then go drop off my bees into this thingy here. So let's zip right on over, drop my queen in here, hopefully she'll live. So far, so good. Yeah, she's doing stuff. Alright, cool. I'll be back in a little bit to check on that, and then we have a bunch of things to get to today, hopefully a lot of Thaumcraft related things in that Age of Magic. Alright guys, I'll be back. Well guys, I'm hanging out in the Nether, playing around with my little obsidian generator, which is working great, except for one thing. This little thermopile here has nowhere near enough energy, as far as I've been able to tell, to keep up with the pump. I mean, the pump will just go crazy, draining the energy out of the thing. And I turned it off, and I turned the, this little thingy off, and everything's good. But it's going to take a long time to recharge my battery box. So I'm going to try and think of a better way to produce RedPower2 energy. Let's see what I can come up with. Alright guys, gonna head up to the overworld in a minute to do something, but ooh, I got a Sinister Demonic hybrid. Ooh, neat. And this guy is a Fiendish Sinister, and this guy is a Sinister. Okay, Sinister Demonic, Fiendish Sinister, Sinister. Boy, oh boy. I guess I should combine these two. Fiendish. Yeah, why not? I don't think I have much of a choice, so Sinister Demonic and Fiendish Sinister. Alright guys, so here's what I'm thinking. I think I'd like to create an automatic generator charging system to charge batteries for me. So I've got this little bat box sitting here, and he's connected upstairs to the solar panels up on my roof, right? Should be. Remember these guys? Yeah, just 3 of them. And it's doing plenty just to keep those little machines charged. But I want to have like a nice and fast generator charging system. So I want to have like a handful of batteries going into a battery box, getting automatically charged, and then getting stored in an ender chest, so I can kind of access them anywhere I am. This will be useful for any future RedPower2 creations I get. So let's get started doing that. The first thing I'm going to need is another battery box and some more Blutric wiring. I might have some Blutric wiring laying around here. Oh boy. Such a bag full of junk. I should really clean it out. But if I did have Blutricity wire, it might be in here. No, maybe not. Alright, I'm going to get some real quick. Got plenty of blue alloy ingots, so that's good. I know for a fact I'm going to need a lot of these silicon wafers. So I might want to get maybe like a handful more of them. Which is going to require, let's say, 16 sand. And out of my ender pouch, I'll just grab 16 coal. That'll do nicely. So that'll cook me up a couple more of those silicon boules, which will be good. Looks like one extra piece of sand came out of my bag. Cool. And I'll be back in a few minutes once I've cooked up a bunch of Blutric, blue alloy wafers and some other cool stuff. The first thing that occurs to me is I'm going to need a lot of batteries and maybe even a few bat boxes. So real quick, I'm going to set up an automatic crafting system to handle that. And, hey, Craft and Sengear, get it so I can shift-click my automatic crafting tables down. Wink, wink. Alright, so, batteries, as you guys recall. I always forget which one's copper and tin, but I think this is the battery recipe. Hooray! Blutric battery. I'm going to request 4 of them real quick after I place down my logistics crafting pipe and hit the import button. Where'd my little requester pipe go? You know what? That's interesting. Alright, no idea what happened to my request logistics pipe down there, but might as well just create another one. Not a huge loss. There we go. I think I had it just sitting here. So let's try out my new battery. Should be in here somewhere. And grab 4 of them. All the good stuff's going to flow around, do its thing. And out should come some batteries. There they are. Now let's get them placed in here with some iron, blue alloy ingot, batteries, and wood. Battery box. Perfect. And I'm going to request 1 more battery box, just to make sure it works, after I place down, of course, my pipe, which I always forget. Oh, right. Derp. How'd I do that? Being stupid. There, much better. This time I won't pull it out and hit the import button. Cool. And as usual, test it just to make sure, but I'm going to need a couple battery boxes anyway. Missing blue alloy ingot. Right. I should leave a few of these in here just for usage. Maybe at some point I'll teach this guy how to craft blue alloy ingots. Might not be a bad idea. Blue alloy ingots are good now, so I should be able to request a battery box. Cool. Now let's find a good spot to build this little system. I want him to kind of be around here somewhere. Because I'd like to, if I can, just connect straight up to this battery box right here. So that guy's right here, huh? Alright. Alright guys, I think I know where I want to put this thing. I didn't want to move it too far away from here, but we should be alright. So if I dig right here, I should be connected to my battery box. And I'm going to run these guys straight down here, off in this direction. And this is going to require me getting through here, I think. Maybe I want to move it over 1 more. The nice thing about these cables is they can run along the ceiling just fine. I'm going to need to break this line for a moment and connect up here, here to here, just so I can get around it, because I got to go through here. And then straight down to here would be a good spot, I think. Trying to figure out exactly where I want to lay down my battery boxes here, because this is going to be a little bit of a tight fit, but I think we'll be okay. So let's do that and connect up my battery boxes maybe here and here. Sure, why not? That'll work. Now they should automatically start filling up, because the way these boxes work is they're going to, you know, kind of equilibrium and balance out the charge between all 3 boxes. So this thing should quickly start filling up, as does this one, and they'll all kind of balance out. And then the solar panels up on my roof will continue to produce more energy for me. Awesome. Alright, next up I'm going to need a couple ender chests. So let's get just 1 for now. That ought to be good. And I'll have to pick out what colors I want to use. I think I have a good idea, though. That ought to do. There goes my lapis crate. Always fun to watch that. There's my ender chest. I'm thinking the ender chest coloring should be blue, blue, and blue, right? I mean, that only makes sense, since this is going to be my Blutricity thingy. I don't think I've used blue, blue, blue yet, have I? Oh, I have. I used it for something. What did I use blue, blue, blue for? I don't know. Oh, right, that's where my input chest is. Alright, cool. Let's go with, I don't know, something else then. I'm thinking red, blue, blue. That shouldn't have been used already. Good, it hasn't. Alright, red, blue, blue it is. So that'll be the charge set, so it goes from, you know, uncharged to charged. Red, blue, blue. Alright, now what do I want to do next? Alright, the next 2 items I want to craft are going to be as follows. I need to make myself a filter, which looks like that. So I'm going to need a red doped wafer and a couple pieces of gold. And then I'm going to want to get a retriever. And for that, I'm going to need some ender pearls. Oh my, hope I have enough of that. And everything else I should be good on. Oh, I'll also need another filter. So I'm going to need 2 red doped wafers. Okay. I'll be back once I've got all the components and crafted up. Okay, so let's get crafting. First, I'm going to do my piston and put it together with some cobblestone and some gold to get the filter. Now, the filter looks and acts very similar to a transposer. Almost identical, right? The only thing is the transposer does not have an interface that you can right-click on, but the filter does. And the filter, you can tell it what items to pull out of a system, and it will only pull them out. So with a transposer, you'd pull out, you know, one item at a time, like one piece of wood, and then once you finished up with all your wood, you'd start pulling apples and saplings and hummus and all that good stuff, right? Humus, I know. And then the filter, okay, you can tell it only pull out saplings, for example, and it would pull out it wouldn't pull out anything else but saplings. Okay, the button down here is for painting the line, so you can paint and have it go to a specific output. We're not going to have to use that right now. And the other difference between a filter and a transposer is that a transposer pulls one item at a time, and the filter will pull as many items at a time as you put in here. So for example, if I were to put 21 wooden planks in here, it would pull 21 wooden planks out of the chest each time it pulled. So it wouldn't just pull one wooden plank, it would pull 21. If you put a whole stack in there, it would pull a whole stack. Now if you don't put anything in the filter, just leave it in an empty interface like it is now, it'll pull every item but a full stack at a time. So a transposer would pull one piece of wood out at once, but a filter will pull a whole stack of wood out every time it gets a redstone signal. So those are the differences between a filter and a transposer. Filters do a stack at a time, or it pulls only the items you tell it and as many as you tell it per time. Cool. Alright, now for the retriever, which is another interesting tool. You can see it's a lot more complex, and it requires a filter. So the way RedPower2 works is they're going to, LRM has it set up so that basically there's like different tech tree levels of different items. And this is a Tech 2 item, I want to say, probably Tech 2? Yeah. And so the filter is the Tech 1 item. It's just basic and does exactly what it does, like I explained. But the retriever is a Tech 2 item and does a little bit more. It's a little bit more powerful and interesting. If we check out the interface on this guy, he looks just like a filter, but he has a little bit more options. He has a couple different button modes here, and he requires power. So we're going to have to give this guy some power. But let's go downstairs. Now the other thing I'm going to need, and do I have one? A timer. Good, I do. Alright, down into the basement we go. So let's check this out. Now the difference between a retriever and a filter is a filter needs to be connected to a chest. So let's put down our ender chest right about here. Looks like a nice spot. And then I can place down my filter and some pneumatic tubing. Let's find a good set of pneumatic tubes. Probably in here. Do I want redstone tubes or just regular pneumatic? Well, I'll grab some of you, and regular pneumatic should be fine. Okay. I'm going to place down my pneumatic tube there and the filter like so. Now what should happen is every time the filter receives a tick, it's going to pull any item out of this chest. But I don't want it to pull any item out of the chest. I want it to pull batteries out of the chest, and only empty batteries. That's the key here. Now in the past, you couldn't very well just tell the difference between a full battery and an empty battery, but I think that's something LRM has changed since the last time I did a Let's Play series, since Season 3. So now, filters and retrievers can tell the difference between those two things, which is pretty awesome. So I should be able to tell this machine only pull out empty batteries by doing this. Open up the interface and just place an empty battery in there. Now the filter will only pull empty batteries out of the chest and put them in the top slot of the battery box where it will charge them. Now when it's done getting charged, we want to pull it out. We have to pull it out of the top slot, so I can't very well put it on the side or on the bottom. The side might work, but whatever. What I'm going to do here now is the following. I'm going to clear out some space right here, and I'm going to want to set up some power, but I'll do that in a second. For now, I'm going to do this. Okay, now the retriever, like I said, can pull items out of an inventory further down the line in the tube network. So this retriever could really be anywhere. It could be like, 20 blocks away. But as long as there's a pneumatic tube running all the way between the retriever this end and the battery box, it'll pull out of the top of the battery box slot. So the retriever doesn't need to be adjacent to the inventory it's pulling from, which is cool. And you could also have it pull from multiple inventories, which is even better. So let's get going. There's some water. That's not good. I don't want that in here. Dun dun dun. Let me place down my torches again. Don't want mobs spawning down here either. And let's see if I can't get a good spot set up where I can get back here. I might need to do a little bit more of a cleanup. That'll do probably for now. I'm going to need to run some power to this guy, which I'll do courtesy of my blue alloy wiring. I'll just need 2 of them, I think. 1, 2. Ta-da! Now he should be getting power. Woot. I like it. And the reason I did 2 battery boxes down here is I just want to have a nice surplus of energy, so that if I have to charge a bunch of batteries at once, I'll be in good shape. Alright, now before I start or finish setting up this power system, I want to generate more Blutricity. I've got a few solar panels up on the roof, but I'm going to want to get a few more. So what I did here was create 48 blue doped wafers, and I've got plenty of blue alloy ingots. And those are the components I need to create about 6 solar panels. Hooray! So that should be a good amount of solar power energy. We'll see though. And remember, solar panels act like wires, so you don't have to worry too much about, you know, running wires between them. In fact, all machines in RedPower2 act as a wire, so they'll always transmit energy between each other and to other wires and whatnot. You don't ever actually use wires if you don't want to. You could just have a solar panel on top of a battery box next to a machine, and you'll be good to go. But in this case, I definitely want some wires. So now we're producing a little bit more energy, which should hopefully be filling up our battery boxes that much quicker. But it's not, you know, a super fast process. Ooh, this guy's nice and full. Sweet. All right, so give me a few minutes here. I'm going to wait for these guys to charge up and get ready to finish my pneumatic tube system. All right, so these guys are just getting their power. Just checked. Everything's running smooth. So let's head off over to... I wonder if I can drill up here. Is there water up here? There isn't. Hooray. Sneak behind. How about here? Oh, water there. That's okay. Yep, we're good. So back here, I'm just going to run pneumatic tubes like so. And in the retriever, I want to put a fully charged battery. So let's get one real quick. I had more batteries. I put them all in here already. So charge one up. Woot. And then put it in the retriever. So now what should happen is the retriever should only pull fully charged batteries out of the system on each timer tick. Now let's set up our timer. Debating if I want an on-off switch on my timer. Probably don't need one, but I might want one. All right, you know what? I changed my mind a little bit. I want to move this guy back just some. And hopefully I don't have an issue. Is there is a lever on this wall, isn't there? And how'd this lever fall off? Darn it. Alright, I'm going to have to fix these guys a little bit. I'll be back. Alright, so I just took the levers off for a moment, but I'm going to do this. Run this here. And then I have to get these redstone engines pumping again. And that's as easy as coming out behind the things and doing this. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I have to go get something. I'll be right back. Oh, I went one too high. Whoops. Alright, so you guys can see me at my assembly table from Buildcraft. Remember this guy? It's over back in my old room, which I still have some fuel in, and I turned on my combustion engines to take care of it. So I'm cooking up a redstone golden chipset, which is a piece of redstone and a piece of gold ingot. Cool. This guy's almost done, and then when I'm done with him, I'm going to create a red pipe wire, a blue pipe wire, and a green pipe wire. I'm doing that because I forget which colors I need to make a golden chipset. Now, if you recall with the iron gates, I needed an iron chipset and the red piping wire. For the golden one, I forget which colors I need, but we'll find out pretty quick. That's cool. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Awesome. Now, it's probably going to start working on it, but alright, now we're cool. So let's get our chipsets in there and see if we can't remember which one we need. Red, blue. It was blue. Alright, cool. So I don't need to worry about the green. I'll leave that off for now. So I want to make a golden. It doesn't really matter if it's and or because I'm really only going to do one. But let's go with a golden, and then we'll just, you know, turn the golden chipset on as well. So we should start getting some power into our lasers again. Hooray. And takes a little bit to make, obviously, so I'll come back in a few minutes once it's done crafting it. And incidentally, I happen to be just flying around, looking around, waiting for this thing to finish. Still has a long way to go. But I went outside here looking through this window, and I noticed, what's all this purple stuff out here? Hey, there's a giant tainted area outside. I have no idea how this chunk became so tainted, but the taint level's pretty high. Maybe it had a relatively high natural taint rating, and then it just you know, a little bit more seeped in and was good to go and, you know, ticked it over. But yeah, this whole area, nice and tainted. Doesn't look like it's spreading too far, so that's okay. But I do have a couple tainted creepers hanging out, which is always fun to see. What's up, tainted creeper? How's it going? Haha. Kaboom! And I believe he expels taint when he explodes like that. Cool. Here's another one. Wonder if he drops anything good. Takes a while to kill. Holy cow. I guess you didn't drop anything good. Oh well. So yeah, I was kind of surprised to see this big tainted chunk out here. Oh well. I'm also going to go turn on my quarry, I think, since I'm out here, you know, messing around. Waiting for that thing to finish. So let's do a head up 70 times and move this guy over to the left. Start pulling in some more resources. It's been a while. Cool. Alright, just getting my quarry in position to start the mining process. A couple more times. That looks good. This guy is going to be a problem for me. Maybe want to move it up once. Because I'm not sure about this whole area. This whole area actually might be a big problem for me. Maybe just to make it easier and not have to wait, I'm going to clear it out. And obviously my quarry could have handled that if I had just pulled it up a little bit more, but I didn't want to. So 15 times cycle. That'll be good. I usually like to do, you know, half at a time. Sweet. Alright, let's go check on our laser thing now. Hopefully it's finished up. I can see the lasers in the distance even. Hey, there we go. Almost done? Almost done. Okay, and now we're done. So let's get our golden AND gate here. So what's the difference between a golden AND gate and a iron AND gate? Well, I'm about to show you. In just a minute once I pop back. Or can I create a hole? To here, grab myself some gravel, because that's what I'm going to need. One of you. Grab myself also cobblestone. Structure pipe. And while I'm in here, how about I get an iron AND gate? Just so I can show you guys the difference. Alright, down we go. So you know me, I don't like to have the timers running endlessly if I don't need them to. So I'm going to place a cobblestone structure pipe there. And it's okay that these pipes connect. That's just a visual thing, just the way tile entities react or something like that. But don't worry about them connecting, it's just a visual representation. It won't actually, no items will flow through there. And I'm going to put the iron AND gate on this thing. Now as you remember, the iron AND gate can detect when the inventory adjacent to it is empty, or if there's some items in the inventory. Oh, that's all cute and good. See, there's items in there, good to go. Okay, but it can't really detect anything about those items, but that's where the golden AND gate comes in. It's a little bit better in that, number one, it can detect more than one conditional, or more than two, that is. It can detect 4. And then what I want to do is grab from here one Blutric battery, put it in here, or no, I want to click through here until I get to the items and inventory state. So it does detect that there's items in the inventory. Now I can tell it what to detect. So let's, you know, put some sticks in there, okay? With items in inventory without anything here, it's going to detect those sticks, just like you'd expect, okay? Yeah, there's items in there. There's sticks. But if I were to put a Blutric battery in there, an empty one, notice that the red line went off. So this way, it says, oh yeah, there's no Blutric batteries in there. And from there, I want to go here, put the Blutric battery in, and it's like, oh yeah, there are Blutric batteries in. So you can tell it, the golden AND gate, you can tell it what to look for. Awesome. And when it finds one, I want it to do this. So let's see, space and inventory, inventory full. How do I want to run this? Because I want it to emit a redstone signal when there's not Blutric batteries in there. Well, I was hoping I could make this nice and compact, but it looks like I need a NOT gate here. There's no way for me to really detect when there's not a Blutric battery, an empty one in the inventory. So I'm going to need to detect when there is one in the inventory and use a NOT gate to allow the timer to run. So, picking these guys up, let's move this tubing here. I think I know where I'm going to have to run it, but we'll see. For now, I'm going to put my cobblestone structure pipe like this, with the golden AND gate. And from there, I'm going to run some red alloy wiring like this. You know what? That's connecting to that guy. Ooh, let's get a cover. Don't want that connecting. Basalt strip, how to do it. Just whatever I happen to have in my inventory there. Cool. So in this guy, we're going to say items in inventory, BT battery, and then we're going to say emit a redstone signal. Cool. To that, we're going to run a NOT gate and a timer. So that when there's items in the inventory that are Blutric batteries, it'll emit a redstone signal. And when they're not in there, it's going to keep the timer from running. And I'm going to set the interval to be about, I don't know, 4 seconds. We'll see how that does. As for this stuff, good question. How do I want to run that then? I could just run it over the gates. That ought to work, right? How's that? Cool? Alright, so that should work. So now what should happen is this guy should run every 4 seconds whenever there's empty batteries inside this chest. And the filter will pull the empty batteries out, send it into here, where it's going to, you know, charge it up in the top. And the next tick, the retriever is going to pull the fully charged battery out. So let's put it on like a 1 second delay just to prove that it's going to work. And we'll put all our batteries in here. Okay, so watch. Batteries go in, and then it's going to detect, and it's going to keep trying to pull, but it's not pulling anything yet because the battery hasn't been charged. And then as soon as the battery is charged, it's going to pull it out. See how that works? And the filter is only going to pull out this battery, the empty ones. It's never going to pull out a full battery. Pretty cool? Look at it go. And as soon as it detects that there's no batteries in here, all right, that's interesting. Yeah, we're going to want a bit of a delay on there, or is that a problem? I don't know if that's a problem. But, yeah. See, it partially charged it. And it's not balancing between this battery box and this one as quickly as I might have liked. So what I'm thinking maybe is something like this. Cool. So now it'll use both battery boxes to charge, and the retriever can pull out of both. So let's turn off this redstone signal real quick. Or, no, let's do something like this. I'm just requesting 6 more Blutricity thingies. There they are. So let's put them in the chest and see what happens now. It should allow the timer to run and just start trading them off. And the 1 second delay is not a bad thing, actually. I kind of like it that way. Now, when the battery boxes are full, it's going to try and figure out what to do with them. So this guy didn't have enough battery juice to charge it up, but that's okay. It will eventually. Cool. That works out pretty well. So our battery chargers are going. There's one battery in the filter. That's why it's got these red dots on it. It's currently jammed up, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Debating if I want to care about that or not. It shouldn't be an issue because next time an empty battery goes in here, it's just going to pull out these fully charged batteries, and this battery is going to be allowed to go in. So there's like 1 or 2 batteries in flux, if you will. And ooh, there's a problem I just noticed. When I put down this thing, it broke that thing. So let's do this. And this. Get some blue alloy wire. Just fixing. Don't mind me. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're not going to behave for me, are you? I should do this anyway. There we go. And here, and then I want 1 more to go there. Cool. So this automatic battery charger should be working pretty well. I'm happy about that. Let's just get a few more just so I have a nice surplus. I'm going to grab about 3 or 4 more of these things, the batteries. Yeah, I think 4 ought to do it. And I'm going to go sleep through the night and get the rain off so that I can have some fun with this. Alright, so as the final test of this system, notice that both battery boxes are pretty empty at the moment. That's not a big deal. And this guy's getting charged up because it's daylight out again, so my solar power stuff is doing their thing. This battery's getting charged as well. I'm going to put these guys in here, and it should swap out the batteries. Yep. I'm going to set the delay here to be about 2 seconds. That ought to do a little bit better. Yeah, I like that. Maybe even 3. Just slowing it down a little. Shouldn't matter. So now what's going to happen is these batteries are waiting to get charged, but they're not getting pulled out yet because my retriever is waiting for a fully charged battery. Cool. And we've still got some empty batteries in this chest, so the timer's going to keep going, and every 3 seconds it's going to try and swap a empty battery for a full one. So once these guys are fully charged, it'll pull them out. I'm going to wait a few seconds just to show that. Alright, there we go. It's pretty fully charged, and look, it swapped. Cool. And remember, because pneumatic tubes will never drop items, what's going to happen is the filter's getting backlogged, jammed up, and it's just going to wait for this Blutric battery to charge up, as well as that one. Cool. I'm really happy with this system. I think it works pretty well. So now all I need is another ender chest with the blue-blue, or the red-blue-blue indication. So request, and while we're at it, we'll get a red-blue-blue, needs 2 lapis, and I should have a rose up in here somewhere. Yep. Some rose red. There's my ender chest, my lapis, and I'm going to head back to the Nether where I'm going to put this chest down. So red, blue, blue, should have all my batteries in it. Let's go. And for now, it's as easy as placing down another one of these chests. Let's place it right next to this one. Cool. In here should be all my fully charged Blutric batteries. Looks like they are there. I don't know why it looks like there's less than there was a minute ago. That's weird. Oh well, I'll figure it out later why that might be happening. Is it too close to the other one? It shouldn't matter. Huh. Let's head back here and see what happened. Maybe that's how many there should be. Yeah, I guess that is how many there should be. There must be just some backlog. Yeah, there's a couple in here, probably 1 or 2 in the backlog of the filter. Shouldn't be a problem. Alright, so let's go use them now. So back to the Nether we go. Alright guys, I've been bouncing around between the overworld and the Nether here for a few minutes, and I found an issue. I have to turn off utility mode for a minute. Remember when my items were missing from my chest over here? That's actually a bug, it looks like. Check this out. I made myself an ender pouch, and it's got some items in it. I'm going to take the lapis and the rose out and jump through the Nether portal. Dun 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 dun. And then check what's in my satchel here. Hey, the rose and the lapis are back. That's weird. Take them out again. Jump through the portal. Dun 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 dun. Hey, the lapis and the rose are back again. Basically what happens is it looks like it's not saving the data in Ender storage when you travel through a portal. That's weird. I did note, though, however, if I use the linking book, you can see I brought an overworld linking book in here, and I took the lapis and the rose out again. If I travel using the linking book, it does save the data just fine. Check that out. If I put the rose and the lapis back and travel to the Nether using a linking book, again, it did save just fine. So, FYI, that's a little bit of a bug. And since I kind of abused that bug a minute ago for collecting some rose red and lapis, I'm going to delete it. Yeah, so that's a bug. I don't usually like to show bugs on camera, but that one could sting you guys, so I did want to show it to you. Oh, look at that, a ghast flying by my window. A couple of them. Wanted to give you guys that heads up and make you aware of it. So, because I'm nervous about that bug, let's do this. Just so I don't forget. See you later, Nether portal. Sorry, dude, but I needed to close you. I'm going to go to the overworld, and I'm going to exclusively use linking books to travel between the overworld and the Nether going forward. Maybe I'll even add the Nether to my nexus. Still haven't done that with the Age of Magic either. But anyway, I temporarily stored all my batteries that I made. There we go. So let's put them in, get this junk out. Get the last one out of there. Cool. No, not you. Okay. So now all my batteries should be in there. I'm going to drop this on the ground so it goes into the right bag. And head back to the Nether, where now I should have all the batteries I need in there. So you guys might have noticed that, you know, it looked like some items disappeared, and I thought they might have just pulled out by the transposer or something right before I left. No, that wasn't the case. They were actually deleted because it wasn't saving the data properly. Not sure why. Anyway, now that that's working, I should be able to grab some Blutric batteries and place them right in my battery box here. Turn on this guy so that he starts running, I would think. Did the ghasts cause me a problem out here? Yeah, they did. I gotta go clean this up. Let's go, ghasts. Alright, much better. Wondering why that lever wasn't working. Stone jacketed wire needs to be replaced. Should probably consider... Ooh, and probably even some redstone too. Maybe consider encasing that in stone or something just to make it a little bit safe from ghast attacks. Come on, where's my red alloy wiring? It's in my white bag? There we go, found it. Cool. It was in the orange bag, just not where I was looking. How often does that happen? So now, this guy should be allowed to run again. And I'll let this guy run again and start producing some more obsidian. If I really wanted to, I could build kind of the reverse of what I built in the overworld to automatically supply this guy with batteries and, you know, return the empty ones to the chest. You know, kind of like the exact same system I just built. But for now, I'm not going to do that. I don't think that's necessary. I do want to go check on my bees real quick, and I'm pretty sure this episode's run pretty long already, so it's going to be pretty close to wrapping up time. Yep, this bee is producing glowstone dust, because that's what the demonic bee, the top tier bee, produces. Glowstone dust, pretty awesome. As well as some ash and some simmering combs. Awesome. So I really hope to get a purebred demonic hybrid, then I can bring him to the overworld and he'll produce some glowstone for me. How cool is that? But anyway, pretty good wrapping up point right now. So this is Direwolf20 signing off on episode 64 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be back next time. I meant to do some Thaumcraft stuff today, but I didn't, so I'll have to do that next episode. Alright, see you in 65. Take it easy, guys.